Hello everyone, myself I am Marlene Joyce, currently working as an assistant professor in Department of Computer Science and Engineering of Vigyan Foundation for Science, Technology and Research. So in today's class we are going to talk about the introduction to networks. This is your third unit. So in this unit what and all you are going to learn, I will give you a small summary. So in this unit you will learn about different types of networks, how one computer is connected to the other computer and how the wireless networks or wireless computers are connected from one place to another place, and what and all hardware that supports such kind of networks will be discussed in this introduction to networks. So we will start this unit. So the basic definition of a network. So exactly tell me what is the meaning of a network. If you understand what is the meaning of a network in a common English terminology, network is nothing but when a group of people or when a group of devices are working together will be called as a network, we already know, right? So similarly, what is meant by computer networks? That means whenever you are talking about the computer networks, what exactly it means? So it is a collection of computers. So the name itself is having computer networks. That means you are connecting multiple computers. That is what they are saying. So here the computer networks is a collection of computers and devices. So here when we want to connect to multiple computers, obviously we need a connection established those computers, right? So for this example, what exactly is computer network means? If you want to access your Wi-Fi to your computer as well to your mobile as well to your tablet, so obviously the Wi-Fi need to be shared between three devices, right? So such kind of combination of sharing a single resource to multiple people, then we are saying it as collection of networks or collection of computers we are saying. So example of computer networks is connecting the computers, printers and scanners. So computers, printers and scanners means you will connect the computer to a printer, right? So after performing any kind of work, so you will give the printout with the help of a printer that is connected to the computer. So here it is forming the network. The computer is forming the network to the printer. That means both are different devices, but still they can group together and they can work together. So how it is possible and so on we'll discuss in this unit. Irrespective of the device, irrespective of the place where you are staying, you can connect multiple computers or you can connect multiple devices. So whatever you are learning or whatever you are going to learn in coming classes also, always remember for every concept you need to know what it is specialized for, right? So here I am having characteristics of data communication. So in characteristics of data communication, that means when you want to connect multiple computers or multiple devices, you need to obey these characteristics. So what are those characteristics? There are four type of characteristics. First one is delivery, accuracy, timeliness and jitter, right? In terms of networks, these four are the characteristics which you have to remember. Delivery means whenever you are having, always remember in this complete unit you have to remember or you have to assume the concept with the help of sender as well receiver. These two persons are common in this particular unit. So in terms of characteristics of data communication, you are having sender and receiver you are having. First characteristic is delivery. Delivery means when sender is sending a message, hi, So the receiver should receive the message hi. So exactly whatever the data sender is sending to the receiver, it should be received to the receiver in a same way. So that is the functionality of a delivery. So instead of hi, only H is received. Then the characteristic of delivery is failed in computer networks or data communication, you can say. Next one is accuracy. Accuracy means there should not be any kind of fail in the data. Next one, timeliness. So I am sending hi message to the receiver, right? So the network should support this timeliness. So what is timeliness? In case of timeliness, if I am sending the hi message on 2nd September 2020. So the receiver is receiving the hi message on 2021. So obviously it is taking 1 year time lag, right? So that kind of property won't be considered in case of computers. So within a fraction of seconds or within a time bound, our data should be transferred from sender to receiver via sync. Next one is jitter. So what is meant by jitter means there should not be any delay in the data. For example, you are watching the YouTube video, right? So in YouTube video, obviously you will be having a time delay in getting the video, right? But a good network will have less jitter. So irregular time delay won't be supported in a good network. So these 4 are the characteristics which you have to remember whenever you are talking about the networks. The delivery should be very precise and the information that is sent from sender to receiver should be accurate in nature. Next one, timeliness means it should be delivered from sender to receiver within a specific time. Next one, jitter means irregular time delays should not be there. That means within a proper time only it should be delivered. Next one, components of a data communication. So components of a data communication, there are 5 basic components. One is sender, receiver, message, protocol and transmission medium you are having, right? So whenever you are talking about the network, I already said you need to follow a basic principle: sender, and then another one is receiver, sender and receiver. So these 2 are the basic principle you have to follow. So we will see the components of a data communication. So here the first component, sender. Sender is nothing but the one who is sending the data will be called as a sender. Receiver means the one who is receiving the data. These 2 terminologies we are very much familiar. No need to go much in detail, right? So here we will talk about message. So what is meant by message means, for example, the sender wants to send a message. This is BCI class. So this message needs to be transferred to the receiver. Then we call it as a message. When we are talking about the network, until and unless we are having a message, we cannot transfer any kind of data. So the sender should always have a content to forward to the receiver. Similarly, the receiver should always have a content to forward to the sender. So next one is protocol. What is meant by protocol? So a basic definition of protocol means set of rules and regulations. Set of rules and regulations. What is this set of rules and regulation? For transferring any kind of data, for transferring any kind of data from sender to receiver, you need to have a protocol. Why you need to have a protocol? Because while you are sharing the data in the network, that will be notified officially to the governments or something, the one who has built that website, right? That is the reason if you observe your Google Chrome, in the Google Chrome, in search bar, you will be having http colon and slash. For all the websites, even for sending the mail also, for everything you will be having http colon double slash, right? So, this is a protocol which will help in forwarding the data who is present in one place to another place. So, consider this sender is in India, and then receiver is in US, right? So, to exchange the communication between India and US, you need to exchange with the help of a protocol. So, for all the websites, a specific protocol that will start with HTTP will be visible to you. Next one, transmission medium. So, what is meant by transmission medium? If I want to send data from sender to receiver, obviously I need a mediator to exchange the data. Yes or no? Yes, right. So, how I will exchange the data? I will exchange the data with the help of wired or wireless. With the help of wired or wireless. That means with the help of wired medium or wireless medium I will exchange, right. So, when two people want to talk over the normal telephones, so the wire will act as a medium. If they want to talk about the talk in the mobile phones, then wireless signal will act as a medium, right. So, these 5 are the basic components: sender, receiver, protocol, transmission medium and message. So, if you observe this diagram, you will understand both sender and receiver need to have a protocol in order to exchange the data in networks. So, this is a very basic principle in networks. Always remember, for both sender and receiver, they need to have a protocol at both sender side as well receiver side. If you observe this diagram, you will understand what we have discussed about the components of a computer networks. Next one is data flow of a network. So, now you have seen characteristics of computer networks. Next one, components of computer networks. Now we are going to see about the data flow of a network. How the data is travelled from one network to another network, and what are the modes of travelling of data we will see in this data flow of a network. So, the data flow of a network or transmission mode is classified into 3 types again. One is simplex, half duplex and full duplex. First one is simplex. So, always remember, whenever you are saying it is a simplest transmission mode, then the communication will be unidirectional. What is the meaning of unidirectional? When we are saying the communication is one-sided, then it is called as an unidirectional. So, you are having the sender and receiver, right. So, when I have to forward the data from sender to receiver, I am sending the data to the receiver. While I am sending the data from sender to receiver, the receiver should not communicate or should not transfer the data to the sender. So, once the sender forwarded the data to receiver, after receiving the data, then only it should give reply. So, the drawback of simplex is its communication mode is unidirectional. That means both sender and receiver cannot communicate at one time. So if you observe the diagram, here if you observe, you are having a keyboard and you are having a monitor, right? Both are connected to each other. Whenever you are pressing the key, then only the letter on the monitor will be displayed to you, right? So both cannot be done at the same time. Only when you press the key, then only the letter will be visible. After having a letter on the monitor, then only you can press the second key or else second alphabet. Next one is half duplex. What is the meaning of an half duplex means? Here similarly you are having sender and receiver. In simplex only the communication mode is one sided, right? Only one part of one can send the data and other have to send the data only after receiving the data. So here half duplex means sender and receiver will be there. Both sender can send the data as well receiver can send the data. But one thing you have to remember is, but not at the same time. At the same time you cannot forward the data. In a real time example, when cars are traveling in one directions, cars going in other directions must wait, right? For example, there are two cars which is coming in opposite direction and having a smallest road. When there is a possibility for both the cars to move in their respective directions, but what is the threshold there? Until and unless one car moves forward, the other car cannot come back, right? So similarly here also transmission is possible from both sender as well receiver, but not at the same time. Next one, full duplex. Here full duplex means sender as well receiver can exchange the data at the same time. That means when sender is sending some information, the receiver also can send the information to the sender at the same time. That is called as an full duplex. So in a summarized way, simplex means its communication is unidirectional, only one can talk. Half duplex means communication is possible both from sender as well receiver, but not at the same time. Full duplex means sender and receiver will start communicating at the same time. So example, real time example for full duplex is whenever two people are talking in the mobile phones. So both can communicate, both can speak at the same time, right? Next one, these are the advantages of computer networks. First advantage is sharing of devices such as printers. That means irrespective of the type of device, you can share your data to the other devices. Like you are having computers, 4 computers you are having. So all the 4 computers can be connected. Then in second set you are having one computer, one printer, one scanner. So similarly, like you connected all the similar type of computers, here also you can connect all the different types of devices and share the data, right? Next one, sharing programs or software. So one person is having the data that can be distributed to multiple people. So that is possible in case of computer networks. Next one, similarly sharing file also, sharing data as well instruction. So easy to decentralize the data processing. What is this easy to decentralize the data processing means? Whenever I am working with 5 number of computers, so I can easily get the data, I can easily distribute the data to 5 people, like 10 documents I am having. So first one, second person, third person and fourth person. So 4 computers they are having. So I am having total 80 pages to print out, 80 pages to print. So here first 20 pages can be given to the first person and then another 20 pages, another 20 pages and another 20 pages. All the computers are distributed with 20 pages each, right? Then the other person here, the main person can take all the all the 80 pages and he can collect the data. That is called as an decentralized data processing. Next one is technical support. So technical support means if one computer is very capable of its configuration and other computer is not capable. So this computer can share its progress to the other computer. Next one, sharing of high speed internet connection. Nothing but your internet we will say. These are the disadvantages of a computer. What are the disadvantages of a computer means? Whenever you are connecting the networks or whenever you are connecting the computers or devices in a bulk way or multiple computers need to be connected, then we have to face little bit difficulty in connecting because we have to manage with large number of computers. So here next one is, if network stops operating system, then it may not be possible to access various resources. Whenever you are connected multiple computers or multiple networks together, so that means you are sharing the work, that means you are distributing the work, right? So if any of the particular device or if any of the particular network stops working, it affects rest of all works. So in the previous example you are having 5 number of networks. So for each network it is distributed 20 pages, total 80 pages, right? So if any of the network, for suppose second network fails working, obviously it affects the complete work. That is the meaning of stopping operating system. Next one is computer viruses. Whenever you are working with bulk number of networks, there is a threat of a virus. It is less reliable, lack of privacy. So when you are sharing the data in a network, obviously it will be having a threat of privacy, as well it will be having a threat of viruses. Why you will be having threat of viruses means, if at all it is a confidential information that is shared to 10 people, if any of the person misuses that information, obviously the confidentiality of that data or information will be completely lost, right? So that is the reason you are having a threat of viruses and data is less reliable and lack of privacy. You will be having more number of disadvantages, but these are basic disadvantages. Next one, types of a network. So based upon the classification of types of networks, these are the different types of networks. We have to learn each and every type in a specified way. First one, in types of network, first type of network is local area network. So the name itself is saying it is local, that means within a limited place, right? So here all the computers are connected, within a limited range. That means we won't go to another geographical location. Only the computers that are present within one building or within one particular block or within one room has to be connected with the help of this local area network. That is the reason this local area networks can be seen in homes to connect multiple schools, computer laboratories and office building. So one thing you have to remember, it is very local in nature and it is this type of networks are not supported to connect the computers that are present in some other places or some other geographical locations. Next one is metropolitan area network. So what is this metropolitan area network means? The metropolitan area network is high speed networks that connects local network in metropolitan area. So what exactly is this? So here I am having a metropolitan area. For example, I am having India, right? So in India I will be having different states and different districts, right? To connect within that particular city or within that particular state, then we will make use of this metropolitan area network. That means outside this building also you can connect, but within this particular geographical location, that means within this particular state. So here I am having a diagram which consists of all the states of Malaysia, right? So all the states of Malaysia are connected to a metropolitan area network. So includes one or more lands. So here one basic principle which you have to keep it in mind is, when you are connecting more than one or two lands, then we call it as an metropolitan area networks. Next one is wide area network. So what is the meaning of wide area network? Here it supports large geographical area. What is large geographical area means? That means across the globe, if you want to communicate from one place to another place, then we will make use of this wide area network. So you might already got the idea, your internet itself will be called as an wide area network, because using internet we can exchange the mail from one place to another place, right, irrespective of geographical location. So wide area network combines many type of medias like telephone lines, cables and so on. Either it may be wired, it is completely a wireless communication. So if you observe the differences between local area network, metropolitan area network, wide area network, these are the respective things you have to keep it in mind. So personal area network, here you are having another area network, PAN network. What is PAN means? You are connecting your mobile device with the hotspot, right, or you are sharing the songs with the help of a Bluetooth. That means within this particular room or within the particular very limited range, if you are exchanging the data or connecting the network, then we call it as a PAN. That is the reason here you are having a capacity of square meters. That means within a meters you can exchange the communication. Here local area network having a capability of sharing 10 meters to 1 kilometers. That means 10 meters to 1 kilometers range you can exchange the data. Next one, metropolitan area network. Within that city or within that state you can exchange the data. Next one is wide area network. Irrespective of kilometers or meters, you can exchange the data. This is how the capacity of a sharing is classified. If you observe this table, you will very easily understand. Next one is network architecture. So what is the meaning of this network architecture means? Here in case of network architecture, the architecture itself says it is a overall design of a computer network. That means how the computers are connected with one computer to another computer, that specific design we consider as an architecture. It is also known as network model or network design. So in network architecture you are having two types of networks. First one is client server and second one is peer to peer network. So first one, client server means, so we have already seen 80 pages are distributed to 20 students for 4 batches, right. So here you have to remember this concept, master and slave. So if you know the differences between master and slave, you can easily understand network architecture. Master means master always has a capability to command to the slaves, right? Does the slave commands to the master? Never. So similarly, what is the work of a slave? Whatever the master has given the work, he has to work on it and he has to return to the master. So master commands, slave obeys. So that is the general funda of this terminologies, right? So similarly here also, server will act as a master and client will act as a slave. Server will act as a master, client will act as a slave, right? So here what is the difference between this server and client means? We have already discussed, master always have a capability to distribute the work, right? So in the computer networks, always the clients will have only one server. So here whatever the work given by the server need to be distributed by the clients. The same example, 80 pages are distributed to 4 number of people, right, or 4 set of clients, right. So those 4 set of clients will do the or type the 80 pages and they will submit the total 80 pages to the server. So that is what it is written. Network server is a computer designed to process requests and deliver data to other. So what is the advantage and where exactly we will use this network architecture means? If you consider your Vigyan University, right? So in Vigyan University or any kind of university or hospitals, anything. So for your understanding sake, if you consider Vigyan University, in Vigyan University completely you can consider 1500 students are there. So one from CSE, another from IT, another from mechanical, right? So all the data will be present in a server. Individual data will be present in each block or respective blocks, right? So server always maintain the data that belongs to the client together in itself, right? Client will work on the data.